Yes, a pull box needs to be grounded. Grounding is a critical safety measure in electrical systems. The purpose of grounding is to provide a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which facilitates the operation of overcurrent protective devices like circuit breakers or fuses. Without proper grounding, a fault could cause the metal enclosure of the pull box to become energized, posing a shock hazard to anyone who touches it. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for grounding electrical enclosures, including pull boxes. These requirements are intended to ensure electrical safety and prevent electrical shock hazards. Firstly, the NEC requires that metal enclosures, such as pull boxes, be grounded. This is typically achieved by connecting a grounding conductor to the enclosure. This grounding conductor provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Secondly, the size of the grounding conductor must be appropriate for the size of the circuit conductors. The NEC provides tables that specify the minimum size of the grounding conductor based on the size of the circuit conductors. Thirdly, the grounding conductor must be connected to a grounding electrode system. The grounding electrode system typically consists of one or more grounding electrodes, such as ground rods, ground plates, or metal water pipes that are in direct contact with the earth for at least 10 feet. These electrodes provide a connection to the earth, which helps to stabilize the electrical potential of the system. The grounding electrode system must be properly installed and maintained to ensure its effectiveness. Fourthly, the connection between the grounding conductor and the pull box must be secure and reliable. This connection is typically made using a grounding lug or other approved connector. The connector must be properly tightened to ensure a good electrical connection. Fifthly, the grounding conductor must be protected from physical damage. This can be achieved by running the grounding conductor inside a conduit or other protective raceway. Sixthly, the grounding system must be tested to ensure its effectiveness. This testing is typically performed using a ground resistance meter. The ground resistance should be low enough to ensure that fault current can flow back to the source without causing a dangerous voltage drop. In addition to these general requirements, there are also some specific requirements for grounding pull boxes in certain situations. For example, if the pull box is located in a hazardous location, such as a Class 1, Division 1 location, additional grounding requirements may apply. These requirements are intended to prevent explosions and fires in hazardous locations. Proper grounding is essential for electrical safety. It protects people from electrical shock hazards and helps to prevent electrical fires. All electrical work should be performed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the NEC and other applicable electrical codes. Grounding ensures that metallic parts of the electrical system, which includes the pull box, are at or near ground potential. This minimizes the risk of electric shock if someone comes into contact with the enclosure while a fault exists. A fault, in this case, could be a damaged wire that comes into contact with the metal enclosure. Without grounding, the enclosure could become energized at a dangerous voltage. The grounding conductor provides a low resistance path back to the source, allowing a large fault current to flow. This high current will quickly trip the circuit breaker or blow the fuse, disconnecting the circuit and removing the hazard. The size of the grounding conductor is determined by the size of the ungrounded conductors in the circuit. This ensures that the grounding conductor can safely carry the maximum fault current that is likely to occur. The NEC specifies the required grounding conductor size in Table 250.122. The grounding conductor must be connected to the pull box in a manner that provides a reliable, low-impedance connection. This is typically achieved using a grounding lug or a grounding bushing. The connection must be tight and free of corrosion. The grounding conductor must also be protected from physical damage. This can be accomplished by running the grounding conductor inside a conduit or other protective raceway. In addition to grounding the pull box itself, it is also important to ground any metallic conduits or raceways that enter the pull box. This ensures that the entire electrical system is properly grounded. The grounding of conduits and raceways is typically accomplished using grounding bushings or grounding lot mats. If the pull box is located in a wet or damp location, it is important to use a grounding conductor that is suitable for use in wet locations. This type of grounding conductor is typically insulated with a moisture-resistant material. In some cases, it may be necessary to use a separate grounding electrode system for the pull box. This is typically required when the pull box is located a long distance from the main grounding electrode system. A separate grounding electrode system typically consists of a ground rod or a ground plate that is driven into the earth. The grounding conductor is then connected to the ground rod or ground plate. Proper grounding is essential for electrical safety. It is important to ensure that all electrical enclosures, including pull boxes, are properly grounded in accordance with the NEC and other applicable electrical codes. If you are not familiar with electrical codes, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. Grounding and bonding are two related concepts that are often confused. Grounding refers to connecting the electrical system to the earth. Bonding refers to connecting all of the metallic parts of the electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current. Both grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Bonding helps to ensure that all metallic parts of the electrical system are at the same potential. This minimizes the risk of electric shock if someone comes into contact with two different metallic parts of the system while a fault exists. The NEC requires that all metallic parts of the electrical system be bonded together, including conduits, raceways, enclosures, and equipment. Bonding is typically accomplished using bonding jumpers or bonding screws. A bonding jumper is a short length of wire that is used to connect two different metallic parts of the system together. A bonding screw is a screw that is used to connect a metallic part of the system to the grounding conductor. Proper bonding is essential for electrical safety. It is important to ensure that all metallic parts of the electrical system are properly bonded together in accordance with the NEC and other applicable electrical codes. If you are not familiar with electrical codes, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. The NEC is a complex document that is constantly being updated. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes to the NEC in order to ensure that your electrical work is in compliance with the code. The NEC is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NFPA also offers training courses on the NEC. In addition to the NEC, there may be other applicable electrical codes in your area. It is important to check with your local electrical inspector to determine which codes apply to your electrical work. Electrical work can be dangerous. It is important to take all necessary safety precautions when working with electricity. Always disconnect the power before working on any electrical equipment. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following the NEC and other applicable electrical codes, and by taking appropriate safety precautions, you can help to prevent electrical shocks and fires. Grounding is a fundamental aspect of electrical safety and is crucial for all metallic enclosures, including pull boxes, to prevent hazardous voltage buildup and ensure proper operation of overcurrent protection devices. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for specific requirements in your area.